Today is November 4th, 2025. As the sun rises over Florida, the city stirs awake, but beneath the surface, a silent battle is already underway. Across Florida, a quiet war rages, not in headlines but in the shadows of our communities. Streets that seem peaceful hide a growing crisis, one that most people never see until it touches their own lives. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid, is claiming lives with just a few grains. Its potency is staggering. Just a tiny amount can be fatal, and it's finding its way into every corner of the state, often mixed into other drugs without warning. The most vulnerable are those without homes, their struggles often invisible. For people living on the streets, every day is a fight for survival, and fentanyl makes that fight even harder, turning hope into despair. Behind every statistic is a human story, a life lost, a family shattered. Each overdose leaves a ripple of grief, affecting parents, children, friends, and entire communities who must pick up the pieces. First responders race from one overdose to the next, fighting a crisis that feels endless. Their courage is tested daily as they try to save lives, often returning to the same neighborhoods, the same faces, again and again. These are not strangers. They are our neighbors, our family. The people affected by this epidemic are part of the fabric of our towns and cities, reminding us that no one is truly untouched. Fentanyl preys on those with the least, turning instability into tragedy. For many, a single bad decision or moment of vulnerability can lead to devastating consequences, and the cycle of loss continues. This is a public health disaster, woven into the fabric of our society. Hospitals and clinics are overwhelmed, staff stretched thin as they try to keep up with the relentless tide of overdoses and emergencies. The crisis strains emergency services, fills hospitals, and threatens public safety. Law enforcement, doctors, and nurses are pushed to their limits, working tirelessly to respond to calls for help. It's a story about community, compassion, and the urgent need for action. In the face of tragedy, Floridians are coming together. Volunteers, advocates, and neighbors, determined to bring hope, support, and solutions to those who need it most. Imagine life without a roof over your head, where the only shelter you can find is a patch of concrete or a thin blanket beneath a highway overpass. Every night, you wonder if you'll be safe, and every morning, you wake up to the uncertainty of another day on the streets. In this world, every day is a battle for survival. Simple things, food, water, a place to rest, become daily challenges. The constant stress and exhaustion wear people down, both physically and mentally. For many facing these harsh realities, drugs like fentanyl offer a brief escape from pain and hopelessness. The high becomes a way to numb the cold, the hunger, and the loneliness that come with life on the streets. Homelessness and addiction feed off each other, creating a vicious cycle that's incredibly hard to break. The more someone uses, the harder it is to find stability, and the more unstable life becomes, the more tempting drugs are. In Florida, countless stories echo this heartbreaking pattern. A lost job leads to a lost home, and then fentanyl enters the picture. What starts as a way to cope quickly spirals into dependence. Addiction soon erases any hope for recovery or stable housing. Dreams of a better life fade as the drug takes over, making it nearly impossible to imagine a way out. Without a home, there's no safe space to heal, no steady support system, and relapse becomes almost inevitable. Shelters are often full, and the streets offer little comfort or security. The chaos and unpredictability of street life make recovery nearly impossible. Every day brings new dangers, from violence to arrest, and the constant instability keeps people trapped. Fentanyl accelerates this decline, isolating people from loved ones and society. Relationships break down, and the world becomes smaller and lonelier. Over time, they become like ghosts, lost in a daily struggle for survival, invisible to most of the world passing by. Homelessness makes people vulnerable to fentanyl, and fentanyl, in turn, keeps them trapped in homelessness. It's a cycle that's hard to escape without help. This is the brutal reality on Florida's streets, a crisis that demands compassion, understanding, and real solutions. For those facing homelessness and fentanyl addiction, help is a maze of broken systems. Shelters rarely offer addiction treatment. Detox programs send people back to the same streets. Services are scattered, with endless paperwork and long waits. Imagine battling addiction while navigating multiple agencies without a phone or transportation. The system is overwhelming, often causing people to give up. Treating homelessness and addiction separately is a recipe for failure. Piecemeal solutions don't address the whole person or the root causes. Many are turned away due to full shelters or long wait lists, missing critical windows for help. The current system is fragmented, leaving the most vulnerable to fend for themselves. Real recovery remains out of reach for too many. A new vision is emerging: integrated care. This model brings housing, medical care, mental health, and addiction treatment together under one roof. People in crisis find a safe bed, a meal, and immediate support, all in one place. Integrated care treats the whole person, removing barriers to recovery. Stable housing provides a foundation. Coordinated support increases the chance of long-term success. This approach ends the cycle of detox, relapse, and homelessness. It's a proven, compassionate solution that restores dignity and hope. By investing in integrated centers, Florida can truly address the crisis. Everyone deserves a real chance to heal and rebuild. The fentanyl crisis is measured in lives lost, like Dustin Dykes in Bay County. In February 2024, Dustin died from a single counterfeit pill laced with fentanyl. His death was not just a statistic, but a devastating loss for his family and community. The pill, marked M30, looked like oxycodone, but was a deadly fake. Police traced the sale to Ryan Rogers, who admitted selling Dustin the pills. Rogers was charged with manslaughter, reflecting the deadly consequences of these drugs. Law enforcement is now holding dealers accountable for overdose deaths. Dustin's story is a stark warning about the lethal risks on our streets. Counterfeit pills are fueling the opioid crisis in Florida, spreading rapidly through communities and affecting countless lives. Illicit labs press fentanyl into pills that look like real medications, but every dose is a gamble with your life and health. There's no quality control. One pill might be harmless, the next could be fatal, and you never know which you'll get. Many users don't realize they're taking fentanyl, believing they're buying prescription drugs from a trusted source. The danger is invisible, and the risk is everywhere, lurking in unexpected places. Public awareness is critical. Any pill not from a pharmacy could be deadly, no matter how safe it may appear. Campaigns must drive home the message: one pill can kill, and it only takes one mistake. Fighting fentanyl means fighting the deception that makes it so deadly and difficult to detect. The fentanyl and homelessness crisis is a profound human tragedy unfolding in our communities every day. It's a crisis that touches countless lives, leaving families heartbroken and neighborhoods changed. This is not a distant issue. It's happening right here in the streets and parks of Florida, and it demands both our compassion and our action. This isn't just a problem for those on the streets. It affects every one of us, whether we realize it or not. Our communities are interconnected, and when one person suffers, we all feel the impact in some way. Every life lost to addiction or homelessness is a loss for our entire community. Each name on a memorial wall represents a story, a family, and a future that was cut short. We must move beyond stigma and see the humanity in those who are struggling. It's easy to judge, but it takes courage and empathy to reach out and offer support. Real change requires a united effort. Law enforcement, healthcare professionals, local leaders, and everyday citizens all working together. No single group can solve this alone. It takes a community. We need to support integrated care, advocate for more affordable housing, and make treatment for addiction accessible to everyone who needs it. These are essential steps toward lasting solutions. You can make a difference. Volunteer your time, support local organizations, and help break the silence and stigma around addiction. Every small act of kindness matters. There is hope. Stories of recovery and resilience prove that change is possible. People do rebuild their lives, and their journeys inspire us all to keep pushing forward. By coming together, united in purpose and compassion, we can turn the tide on this crisis. Our collective strength is greater than any challenge we face. Let's build a Florida where everyone has a safe place to call home, where families can thrive, and children can play without fear or uncertainty. The time for action is now. Let's answer this crisis with compassion, determination, and a shared resolve to create a brighter future for all.